Scorpio, what's going on, everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your March 2023 tarot reading. How are you? I hope you guys are doing well. Just want to mention before we start, if you're interested in personal services, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. Link is going to be down in the description below. Of course, watch out for scammers, guys. Only way you can get a personal reading with me is from my website, and my website only. I'm never going to DM you ever on any social media asking to give you a reading. If somebody does that, they're fake. Please report and block them, and don't get scammed. But Scorpio, welcome on into March, guys. How are we doing? I hope you guys are doing great, and let's see what we got going on here for you. So what do we got showing up here, please, for the zodiac sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus regarding March 2023? What information is coming in here, please, for the lovely Scorpio? We did have a flipper over here. We got a Queen of Pentacles. I'll take it. Definitely not a negative card here at all. So Queen of Pentacles coming into play here for you. Overall energy of your reading. When you look at the Queen of Pentacles, typically it's that card that kind of, at least for me personally, right, it correlates more towards self-care. So you're taking care of yourself. You're making sure that you're healthy. You're making sure you're good. You're doing skincare routine. You're doing everything you can to protect yourself and to basically enhance yourself physically, is what I feel for many of you, but also on the emotional end, you know, cutting off toxic people, being mindful of who you give your time to, being mindful of who you associate with, being mindful of not giving into people's negativity, people's BS. You know, you're kind of in that space where it's like, yeah, I want to be happy, and to be happy, I got to do the things I got to do, no matter how tedious they may be. You know, I got to tell myself I look beautiful when I look in the mirror. I got to associate with the kind people and not feed into the drama. I got to resist people's negativity, no matter how much it feels like I want to pop off on them and give them a piece of my mind. You know, I just want to let it go, because it isn't even worth my time or worth my attention. So you're definitely in that space here coming into March 2023 where it's like, I want to be as cool, calm, collected as I can, but I really want to work on myself, and I want to do it this time 100% and not give up and not look back and really transform into the Scorpio that I was meant to be. Absolutely. So, excuse me. Absolutely. So you're definitely in that space here at this time, and I love that for you. Really good vibe here. You know, really awesome overall energy for sure. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and move forward and take a look here, Scorpio, at some other cards. You did have another flipper, which is the Star. So the Star card here says, Scorps, you're really trying to get on your path. You know, it doesn't matter if you have to slay a couple dragons. As you can see here, this knight is slaying a dragon. So it doesn't matter if I have to slay a couple dragons to get to where I need to go. I've been through hell and back, and I'm ready to get to heaven. Cool. I'll keep that next to the Queen of Pentacles. I like that analogy, right? I've been through hell. I'm ready to get to heaven. Okay? Hell yeah. Very cool. All right, let's take a look here at your current energy for March. So what's going to be the current energy here for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March 2023. What's going to be the current situation happening? First card out is gonna be the Knight of Pentacles. Taking a look here at the next card, we got the Ace of Swords, and then lastly for you, we do have here a Hierophant card coming out here as well. So Knight of Pentacles, you know, that energy is usually an energy that's very slow, very steady. So Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady kind of energy. I think that when it comes towards your, you know, when it comes kind of towards this transformation of cutting things out that have been pretty unhealthy, I think it's taken a while to do it, you know, and especially like in terms of bad habits for some Scorpios, you know, whether that's smoking or whether it's like any other kind of bad habit you had. I think many of you have been trying to really increase your health and do everything you can to be in better health. So if there has been any kind of bad physical habits you've had, you've really been working hard on it. Yeah, it might have been a slow process, but it's been steady. And that's what counts for something, right? And getting started always is what counts for something too, because you're doing something about it. So hats off to you 100%. Regardless though, Scorps, you know, you've been working on really making sure you're removing the toxins from your life. I definitely feel like you've been detoxing for a while. And it's not a 1, 2, 3 process. It's not an overnight process, but you got started. You've been doing the work for sure. And you've been committed, because we do have here the Hierophant, which is what I like a lot, because Hierophant card here represents you've been committed here to the process. You haven't been backing down. You haven't been giving up. Yeah. Ace of Swords, I'm hearing like you've seen the truth, right? And this also can correlate to people. Like you've seen the truth of certain people in your life who maybe were a really bad influence. You've seen the truth to certain individuals you've associated with and how they've affected you. And at the end of the day, right, whether it's about cutting out bad habits, toxic people, toxic situations, you know, being able to illuminate the truth and recognize that this isn't doing you any good and recognize that you deserve better is a massive step in a great direction. 110%. So I'm really liking your vibe here. And it feels like very mature. Not to say you were ever immature, Scorpio, but I just feel like this is growing wiser this month. There's a lot of wisdom I feel that's going to be relayed here to you coming into March 2023. And you're really starting to feel a lot more wiser than you felt in quite some time. There could be good information coming in. There could be great lessons that you've learned that you're finally seeing and that you're applying into your life. There could be great wisdom being passed down onto you. Some of you here might have been recently getting into watching like a lot of motivational speakers, or maybe you found somebody who you feel is really a positive influence and you've been able to kind of take a look at what they preach and kind of add that practice into your life. And it might have been really great so far as well, you know? Really awesome speakers out there nowadays, guys, especially motivational speakers, really cool people out there to watch. So, you know, if you've never really taken a look at any motivational speaker and you're watching this video right now, maybe that's a sign to go watch some of them. Mel Robbins, really cool. Really cool. Awesome. Or Tony Robbins, right? Is it Mel Robbins too? Got to think about it. Mel something. But either way, Tony Robbins is awesome. Mel's awesome too. Trying to think if Robbins is her last name. Don't mind me right now, Scorps, okay? I'm vibing today. I've done so many readings, but like I still feel like I got that energy there, so I just got to go pace myself and be a little bit slower because I did a lot of work here today. So yeah, a lot of wisdom coming in here for you. And it feels really good, to be honest, okay? Moving on here forward, though, for you. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's potentially coming in. Jumping into March 2023. So what's going to be coming in here for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March 2023. All right, we have here 5 of Cups. Moving into the next card, we have the Tower. There's that dragon that you got to slay. And then lastly here for you, we got a Page of Swords. Absolutely. So 5 of Cups could be disappointment, you know? It could be the card of disappointment. It could be the card here of grief. But it's a realization here of all the things in your life that have fallen. You know, as you can see, you got the water pouring out of those cups. And at the end of the day, despite how much has been lost in your life and despite how much you've had to grieve, you're recognizing that there's still so much more out there for happiness, and there's still so much more out there that can make you happy, and there's still so much more great things that are out there too. You know, usually in the 5 of Cups, what ends up showing is you'll usually see 3 cups knocked over and 2 cups left standing. The depiction in this card, it shows 2 cups knocked over and 3 cups still standing. And you know what's great about this? The 3 of Cups represents happiness. So the fact that happiness still stands, even going through tough times and challenging times in life, it's a massive and amazing lesson that I feel like you're going to learn, because happiness still exists. Even if you're going through a rough time, it doesn't mean that happy times are never going to happen or occur again. Of course, you're going to meet those happy times again. So, you know, 5 of Cups here to the Tower, it's just this awakening that, you know, I've gone through a lot. Once again, that quote that I said in the beginning, right? I've gone through hell, but I'm ready to make it to heaven. I really feel like that's where you're at. You know, you're taking the time to grieve and recognize what you've been through and recognize the difficult journey you've had, but you're at that space where you're ready to go to heaven. And with the Tower here, I'm ready here also to just burn down, you know, all of this sadness, because I have no room for it. I have no space for it left in my life anymore. Throwing this out here for some Scorpios if you want to go ahead and practice this. There's something that I like to do personally when it comes towards releasing things. I usually do it on a new moon or a full moon, but you don't have to do it on any new moon or full moon or any astrological event. You can do this any day you want. So just throwing that out there. It doesn't have to be super specific, but if you'd want to, you can get like a piece of paper and you can write down the things you wish to release. And you can write at the top of the page, you know, this is what I'm letting go of. And then write down all the things you're willing to let go of, right? So if you want to let go of any sort of trauma that somebody caused you, right? Write down, this is what I'm letting go of, and then write down the trauma, right? So make a list of what you're letting go of. And then what you can do is you can get yourself, please get yourself a fireproof dish, okay? Or if you have like, some big place like maybe like a bonfire thing outside or something, whatever the case may be, just please be safe when you're working with fire. That's what I ask of you guys. Get like a fireproof dish, take the piece of paper, put it in there, and then literally light it on fire. Just kind of like how this dragon is burning the city here, right? So light it on fire. And that could be a great way and a great form of releasing a lot of the things you've been holding on to. And also energetically, it could be a great way to release too. So just throwing that out there. It might help some Scorpios who want to try that method. Regardless, Page of Swords coming in here. You feel rebuilt. You feel like a new person. I definitely think that in terms of, you know, going forward on your path, speaking your truth, being who you want to be, you know, you don't feel hesitant anymore to show your true self, Scorpio, and you don't feel hesitant anymore to kind of cast out those who really don't have anything good to bring into your life. I kind of get the feeling that maybe in the past, It might have been easy to get steamrolled by other people. It might have been easy to have other people's opinions reign over yours, other people and their own negativity reign over your positivity. You know, it was kind of easy for people maybe in the past to steamroll you, but there's a lot of new confidence coming in here for you with that Page of Swords. And I really think that in terms of communication, like, you will always protect yourself and you will never let another person talk down to you going forward, especially for Scorpios that were enduring situations where they were talked down to. Okay, moving on forward though, what else can Scorpios here expect throughout March 2023? What can we expect here for the Zodiac of Scorpio throughout March 2023? First card out, we have here the Page of Pentacles. Okay, next card is going to be the King of Wands. And then lastly for you, we have here the King of Pentacles showing up here as well. So Page of Pentacles, a little bit of an investment, a small investment into something here that you're passionate about. King of Wands here represents the vision that you see. Sometimes a really small contribution can create a really amazing outcome to something wonderful. And if you contribute, doesn't matter if it's small, if you make a small contribution little by little, day by day, inevitably what you're contributing to becomes huge, right? Think of it kind of like I'm adding a seashell, right, to a little garden in your house, and you add 2 a day, right? For the first week, not that many shells, but for the first year, you start to have a crap load of shells, right? And as the time goes on, it only becomes bigger. So this is basically the vibe here for you in your life. A little daily dose of positivity goes a long way. A daily dose of removing negative people goes a long way. A daily dose of kindness to myself and others, it all goes a long way. And investing your life and pushing it in the direction right now of what makes you passionate and happy and feel good, you know, little by little doing that, it makes a huge contribution because the outcome of it is something big. So looking at the last card we have here, right? King of Pentacles here represents something massive. So your life here is going to change and it's only going to get better. It's only going to keep improving the more you keep making these contributions of positivity, of happiness, of doing something kind for yourself, doing something kind for others. You know, the more you keep putting it in and day out, the bigger it gets. And that King of Pentacles here is like your reward here. And it also is that energy too that represents that you just feel really grounded and good. And, you know, right now, like, you're abundant in what you're looking for, right? If you're a Scorpio focusing on your happiness, there's going to be an abundance of happiness because it doesn't matter how little you contributed, inevitably it's going to become a lot. So you've been doing the work and you've been doing the most that you can, and you're going to see a really awesome result coming out of this for sure. Let's get one more card following up that King of Pentacles. And look at that, 9 of Pentacles, right? 9 of Pentacles here is a card that represents that you're in a space and time right now where you're feeling very confident, where you're feeling very independent. I can take care of myself. I don't need anybody else at this moment in time. But at the end of the day, I am the person too who basically is the creator of my path. And I'm never going to let anything disrupt my peace or happiness moving forward because I am the creator of my path and I get a say in what I invest my life into and how I'm going to create my life and what it's going to look like. So you're taking responsibility here for your path with that 9 of Pentacles and recognizing that as a creator of your own life, you want nothing but the best for yourself going forward. I love it, Scorpio. It's beautiful, man. It really is. And I love when people get into this energy because it makes them happy. The Sun card, it invites in so much happiness into your life. It invites in so much abundance, so much success. It's truly one of the most beautiful transformations you'll have when you start to finally awaken that I don't need the toxic shit. I don't need the toxic ex. I don't need the bad habit. I don't need the negative friends. I don't need, to watch, this show full of drama 24/7 that constantly invokes drama into my life too. With that being said, I can detach from all this shit because I can choose whether or not to have it in my life. And I say no, it don't need to be in my life. Not anymore, right? All right, Scorpio, let's see if the universe here has any advice for you into March 2023. Is there any advice coming in here from the universe for Scorpio for March 2023? First card out, 2 of Swords. Next card out, Knight of Wands. And then one more card, the Devil. Absolutely. Universe here says, listen, you always have a choice in the matter. You can sit and be tied and bound to the negativity, but do remember that you're not tied and bound to anything, as everything is a choice. The universe is trying to really remind you of your power of choice. There is a choice in everything. There's not a choice in how people will treat you and how people will behave, but there's a choice on how you respond to it, right? We can control ourselves and our own choices, not necessarily others or whatever other things are outside of ourselves, but we can control how we respond to it. We can choose how we react to it. And I think the universe is trying to say, like, you know, people who are living in hell, because I'm a firm believer sometimes, right, that heaven and hell can be states of vibrations. So when you're in heaven, super high vibrational. When you're in hell, really low vibrational. When you're in the middle, purgatory, if you want to call it that, right? So the universe is trying to say, like, at the end of the day, people who are in hell, they can choose to get out of there because they have a choice, right? They have a choice in how they respond to whatever is happening to them. So that's the big thing here. So the universe is trying to say, you always have a choice in the matter here, Scorpio. And if you want to make that positive choice to get to heaven, you have to remember that you can easily escape hell. It's all a matter of perspective, and it's all a matter of choice. All right, guys, let's go ahead and hop on into the outcome here for you, and we'll see what's up. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March 2023. And what do we got? We got here the Five of Wands, followed up here with the Ten of Swords and the Six of Cups. I love that for you, okay? First things first, Five of Wands, the card that represents the struggle is real. And then you got here the Ten of Swords, the card that represents it's all over now. So this is the struggle being over, not having to deal with it anymore, really changing up your own energy and where you've been surrounded and where your environment or what your environments have been as well. A lot of changes happening here, and just you feel good. Struggle's over. No more struggle showing up here for you. That's all to be left in the past. Six of Cups. Okay? So, Scorpio, you guys have a phenomenal reading. Seriously, we're going to close off this reading, by the way, with some lesson cards. By the way, this is called the Soul's Journey lesson cards. If you want to go ahead and check these out, they are in my description box below. There's an affiliate link if you guys want to purchase them, but these cards are really amazing. So we're going to check out your lesson for the month. I think I'll pull maybe like 3 lesson cards and just see what comes out. Of course, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But yeah, you know, everything's going to be history here for you, Scorpio. Really leaving behind a lot of these things that you've been detaching from little by little. And like I said, right, everything, a small contribution makes a big one. So little by little, detaching from these negative things, it's like inevitably, poof, all that negativity is gone. Even if it took a little while, eventually it made a big, big impact, you know? So let's have a look here at some lessons coming in here. What are going to be some lessons for Scorpio? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout March 2023. First card out for you is going to be balance. So it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. Love that for you. The balance card coming on out here for you. And you know what? The universe here is balance. When you think about it, we live in a reality of duality. There is light, there is dark, there is positive, there's negative. And the thing about balance is that we have choice. So at the end of the day, you know, if we're in that place where we're in a negative state, we can choose the positive. If we're in the positive, we can choose the negative. So I bring in a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment here. Love it for you. So that's one of the lessons here for you guys in March. I'm going to do 2 cards instead of 3. For the second card we have here, success. It says, I know there is no greater goal than to love. Absolutely. So do remember, with a lot of great success also comes love. I think a lot of the time, sometimes people refer to success as being better than others, having more than others. And I'm not saying that this is basically your energy, Scorpio, but I'm saying that sometimes people can look at success in that kind of perspective and feel that they need to be the best of the best and they need to be better than their neighbor. And when we get into that retrospect, we're not thinking of love. We're not being happy with what we're doing. Sometimes we're not even loving what we're doing. You know, people can look at success as, oh, I have a lot of money. Good. That's cool. What are you going to do after you blow it all, right? Success comes with love, whether you're doing what you love in your career or you have the most amazing, successful relationship with the best partner that you're absolutely in love with, right? So at the end of the day, do remember, I know there is no greater goal than to love, and with success, love certainly comes hand in hand. And I think that that will be a beautiful lesson you'll be experiencing here as well coming into March 2023. So Scorpio, we had a beautiful reading, man. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I do hope you enjoyed it for March 2023. I do like seeing this self-care kind of side of yourself coming on out. And I really enjoy you seeing the big picture coming in, the big difference coming in. It's like you started a while ago, detaching little by little from all the negative stuff. And now getting to really see this positive transformation come in and really start to see yourself in a much better light and just enjoy life a little more. It is, it's worth everything, man. It really is. So Scorpios, I love you very much. Have a great and amazing rest of your March 2023. If you are new here, definitely do consider subscribing. I'd gratefully appreciate it. I'd be more than happy to have you here in the Soul family. But with that being said, take care, Scorpio, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.